Good morning. I thought it's about time we had a quick squidge round the old plot here in the, where are we now? Middle of July. So, me pretty bits looking alright. I'm happy with this. How about that? Aren't they gorgeous? And then me greenhouse protection, look, which is me nasturtiums are covering the greenhouse, keeps the real hot sun off. It still can get in through the top, of course. And then my sweet peas are doing okay. Yep, right, okay then. I cut the hedge. Now I know this is a weed, but the bees absolutely love it, so I've left it for the time being. That wasn't a pun. Oh, look at that. Oh, everything's looking so gorgeous at the moment. It really is hot. There's a bee working the weeds, and then I've got my sunflowers there. Look, oh, and I've got a dahlia coming up, and there's some more lobelia there. And my cherry tree is all but finished. It really was gorgeous. The cherries, well, say the cherries were gorgeous. They weren't gorgeous. They were a bit tarty, so I think next year I'm going to let the birds have them. But there we go. That's life. And then there's nothing in my little thingy bit where I make. Well, I've been making candles, but that's it now, because all the flowers that were in there are out here, giving a bit of colour. Look at that. I'm so pleased with all that. Then into the greenhouse. The greenhouse is looking good. I'll leave the door open now permanently because the sun shines from the south and it shines through the door. And I've got more peppers than enough in here, and they're all doing ever so well. I'm going to try one. I'm going to try a melon in here and see what happens. And then I've got one tomato. That's the plum tomato. But they're all doing ever so well, and I've got a few. In fact, let's just nip home very quickly. Blink. So here in the garden, I've sown up in trays some broccoli, purple sprank broccoli, all year round cauliflowers, and some sprouts. Looks like I've been visited by a snail. Right, let's have a look in the greenhouse. Right, the greenhouse is mostly peppers. I've got a couple of really nice peppers growing there. Peppers all over the place. Oh, and I've got a couple of tomato plants. There we've got two beefsteak tomatoes there, just beginning to ripen, look. So, let's go back to the allotment then. And back again. Here we are, we're back. So yeah, I brought this tomato plant out because it was suffering in the greenhouse. I think it was too hot for it, but it's just as hot out here. So there's one tomato there. Look, that's just about ripe enough. I should probably take that. So let's have a quick walk round then. There's me little few sweet peas here that I was a bit nervous about growing them here for the second year in a row, but they seem to be doing all right. And the same here. Right, now the potatoes that were here, I've dug them, and I'm going to put in some main crop peas. So I'm digging up my earlies. I could leave them for a bit longer, because there's lots of small ones on there, but there's no point. The reason why I grow earlies personally is to give me some early potatoes. So, and I don't have to dig them now. I could just rub them away, rub the soil away from the side and pick off what I want. But I will also want the patch. I'm going to try and grow late peas in this patch. So, to make sure I don't miss any, I like to dig quite round the side. Pull that up. There we go. And then you can see that would grow bigger. So would that grow bigger. But that in itself is quite a haul, and there's probably potatoes down in the green there as well. So that's not bad, is it? So what we got there, a pound, maybe 2 pound of potatoes. That's not bad at all, is it? And this, in case there's any disease on it, this will go into one of my black compost bins. One that's got, because it gets hot. Okay, so that's where that's going. And then we'll dig on, look at this bindweed, and then we'll dig on and see if we've got any others. Digging away from the plant so I don't spare any potatoes. And there we go. There's a couple more. Oh, the ground is so dry, isn't it? And clay. There we go. I would say that was it. There's one there. So there's the produce of 3 plants. I'm happy with that. So that they get the benefit of the less heat, hopefully, through into October. Then the melons that I've got growing up here, they seem to be happy. Look, so they seem to be going okay. Then I've got lots of radishes, a few onions there. The carrot bed has been absolutely wonderful. I've been pulling carrots now for months, and my next trick now is to see if I can put some late parsnips in there. Whether that's going to work or not, I don't know. Then these beans, we've been picking beans. I don't know what they're called or what they are. They were just an old packet of beans. Then I've got some all year round cauliflower, and I've put them close together to see if I can get them to grow close together and I only have small cauliflowers. Beetroot have been superb, and I've put in a couple of rows there. One row of, that's what that bit of guttering's for, is to keep the sun off the soil in the hope I can get some parsnips to grow. I haven't got any parsnips growing at all at the moment. Right, now then, the beans. My broad beans are done, and what I'm doing now is I'm attracting the squash runners to now join up with that squash plant up there. So I've got 2 squash plants there and one up there. What I should have done was I should have spread the broad beans out so that I could have put a squash plant in the middle. Instead of that, I'll put 2 at one end and 1 at the other end. Well, but hopefully the bees go to both plants. Also, what I've done is I've left the beans in. I've cut them off because I don't need this plot now. I've cut them off and they've reflowered, and I've actually got some beans growing. Whether I'm going to get anything out of them or not, I'm not sure. That one there looks like it could be beans, but there we go, we'll see. Then this plot here, I've scattered all over it spinach seeds. They're spinach seeds from my crossbred spinach. It crossbred between sea spinach that was growing near where I go fishing, and a domestic spinach, and they crossed, and so I'll get this really strong spinach. Right, then going in here, these are the South Set potatoes, or the volunteer potatoes. They're all in pots, and then I've got here, this is my, oh, that wants tying up properly now. I think I might have to do that. That's a cucumber. Then I've got some more melons there, and I've got in here, I've got my gherkins, tomato plant, 2 tomato plants, and volunteer potatoes once again in pots. The strawberries are all but finished. Then I've got flowers on me squash here, look. and then that was the asparagus that I put in. I grew it from seed, and it's doing all right. Okay, so let's go round. Grapevines are loaded with grapes. Look at that. And I've done my summer prune. I might take some of these tops out. There we go. I've done a summer prune. There's the asparagus that I planted out. I grew them on in seed trays, and then planted them, and then I potted them on and planted them out. This is the Savelle grape, and he's looking good as well. Then across there is a marrow in amongst, and I've got the leeks growing in amongst them. The idea being that I wanted to give the leeks a bit of shade, but the marrow is growing far bigger than I thought. But I've got a lovely marrow there. Look, that one, I might pick that one in a day or two. That's looking good. Then my bath of potatoes is looking good. That's ready to be tipped out. I've dug the potatoes. Oh, and I've got a cabbage. The cabbages are hearting up nicely. I have got a bit of trouble with snails, slugs and snails, not puppy tob's tails. And a pot of mint there, look. My compost bin is coming on nicely. And I sowed parsnips in here months ago, and nothing's come. So it's a bit sad, really. Right, let's walk on round then. The asparagus here, I've weeded that all the way through. Somebody suggested to me that I should water it with seawater, but I haven't done that, and that kills the weed but not the asparagus. Then I've got my two bins, one with banana skins in it and comfrey, and the other one is seaweed, but they need topping up, look. So, and then I've got a main crop. I've got a later broad beans. Strawberries are all but finished. Well, there's just one there, look, that could be picked. But basically the strawberries are done. The fig tree is looking tremendous. Look at them lovely figs. And the spinach is all gone to seed. So I shall leave that to carry on, let it go to seed. The red currants have all been picked. Well, I'll show you the basket of fruit in a minute. And then the sweet corn, they're just beginning to make sweet corn. My onions, most of my onions have been taken out now. And there's our little harvest for today. So we've got red currants, a few strawberries, some tomatoes, a few raspberries. Oh, courgette. I'll just take one onion home a day, but most of the onions are if they're not outside drying, because we've got 3 days of dry weather, they're inside in netting. And then I've got some really nice beans there. So there we go, there's my harvest for the day. Right, so most of my onions have been taken out. There's a few there that I could take out, but all in good time, eh? And the sweet corn here, these were slightly later than the other sweet corn. Then I've got a few strawberries. These were the just add cream strawberries. Oh, there's just one small one there ready to go, but basically they've all done now. And then these potatoes are ready for digging. I haven't watered these, and they're beginning to show signs of being dry. Oh, look at these lovely Olliox, I think, or are they foxgloves? One or the other, but they're looking gorgeous. The bees love them. There's my onions, the last few onions, they're just drying out. Then this bed was where the onions were, is all but finished. So I need to dig that now in preparation for, well, just for the winter, and I should just tip all my old seeds on there. Then I've got sweet corn, and they're just beginning to make corn. I gave them a water today with a watering can and comfrey water, just to give them a little boost. Then the grapevines over the back are looking excellent. Oh, there's me. Oh, look at there's one of my bees there. Look, gonna have a look at the flower. on the artichoke. There we go. Did we get it? There we go, he's gone in, look. And take that back, take the nectar back. The grapevine's looking really good. Both grapevines. The apple tree, the apple tree, even though I've got the trap there for the bug that goes and lays its eggs in the apples, but I picked off about 20 apples last week, all with a maggot in. But the rest are clean. Peach tree, I don't know if there's any peaches in there. There might be. The same as the plum tree back there has got just a few plums on it. But basically that is it. The bees are happy in the beehive. And that's the plot, and it's looking well grown. Well, be happy, be safe. Bye.